Yo, it's Lord here. Some of you guys, if you guys are actually watching this, may not have realized how young I actually was when I posted my videos. I was maybe 12, 13, 14 years old. And a lot of people thought I was just an adult based on my voice. But to let you guys know, I'm actually 18 years old. And 6 years ago, when I first stepped into my maths class, on one of my first days of high school, I wrote a letter to my year 12 self. And I think we can all learn a lot from this. In the letter, I first started off by saying I'm in the class, and I talked about my YouTube channel and how it had 5,000 subscribers back then. And it only been a couple months, and I was hoping one day I'd have 100,000, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But I did also talk about having a Pokemon card store, and at the time I think I had only $1,000 worth of sales in my whole life from selling Pokemon cards. And I told myself that I don't have a plan for working a job in the future, and I believe I can do it. And to remember the eBay and Roblox trading days. And I think that final sentence that I wrote right there, to remember the Roblox trading and Pokemon days, is really like important to look at, because that means I wanted it to be a part that happens in my life, which I move on from, I grow from. But surprisingly, I'm 18, and sure, look, the Robux did go well. We hit millions of Robux. We sold that for $10,000. You know, some of the items like Black Valve worth 11 million Robux nowadays. You know, it's crazy achievement back then. And the Pokemon card business, I'd say, you know, it was at the time it was $1,000 in sales. I think at max maybe $60,000 in sales happened around a year ago. And then, you know, school got me busy. But now what I've noticed is that since I'm done with high school, there's no more excuses. You know, that's gotta be the thing in the past. You know, like, I hope you still remember these days, but you know, now the time's ticking. Now it's the real battle of actually seeing if what I said back then was true or not, you know? Because I think this letter hasn't finished yet, you know, it's still in the making. And it's still pretty funny because a lot of times when I, you know, talk to other people similar my age, they think, oh wow, like, you've accomplished so much, you know, you're making the money, you've, you know, had a YouTube channel, had a following, you've, you know, tried so many different business ideas, you've got a good ATAR score or whatever. But really, to me, I would say it's nothing that crazy. It's really not. And I think that's the thing we get confused about nowadays. Cause, dude, every morning I wake up, the next kid I meet, the next teenager, they're telling me, oh yeah, we're doing day trading, I'm gonna do day trading, have a job, try something on the side. And, you know, most girls out there just on Instagram making TikToks, also, you know, doing the similar kind of grind. But what I envision is something with more meaning. I think I'm very lucky at this younger age to notice that money itself isn't really so special, to be honest. I've never really had to worry about paying for certain things. You know, when I go out, I don't think, oh my god, like, I have to spend money or buy clothes. Luckily, my family can help me out, and you know, I can pay for myself quite a lot of things. And I never got money when I was younger, so to me, it feels like I'm paying and not worrying about it, rather than someone else paying and not worrying about it. And it just, you know, makes me realize, like, to live a good life, like, it's not even about money or just freedom. Like, it's more about the meaning itself in what you choose to do, like, if it matters to you, and that fulfillment. Like, I could have $1 billion and it wouldn't make a difference. So that's just something I've been thinking about nowadays. And the reason I'm starting to make videos on this channel is just to, you know, break down my thought process, get some inspiration, because where I believe I haven't explored enough of is my creative side. I do really believe in creating something that someone can learn from, get inspired by, like my content, you know? Even though my Roblox content wasn't necessarily, you know, me spitting facts or whatever, I think just people being able to see the journey of me starting off with literally 1,000 Robux to my name, you know, 100,000 Robux to a million Robux, 10 timesing my net worth in 3 months, seeing things like that and showing people that's possible, and then seeing other people recreate their way up. To me, I think that was more than any of the Robux I ever ended up making. So to me, I think it's more things like that that are important to me, and hopefully that happens. Today, actually, I ended up getting my university offer, and I realized, like, dude, lots of people were asking me, calling me up, oh, are you happy? Are you happy? You know, you got your university offer. And like, dude, I remember someone else asked me, I said yes, and I put a thumbs down because I don't want to stay there. And I know this video itself is going to be a time capsule in the future, alright? This is 18 years old. Maybe I'll see this when I'm 19, 20. Maybe I'll see this when I'm 30, still thinking, oh, did I actually end up doing what I wanted to do? Did I make a decision that aligned with myself? And I don't know, I guess we'll see. And hopefully, you know, I keep going. This is it. Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. Enjoy.